And the Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, he joins us now from Corpus Christi, Texas, the location where the president will be up. Mr. Secretary, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks for having me. A lot of enthusiasm in Corpus Christi right now for the president's arrival.
I'm sure there is. So one of the things that this administration really loves to talk about, and you in particular, is how gas prices have been declining. But in the last few days, oil prices have been ticking up because of concerns about a war in Iran. How do you plan, if you can, to keep a lid on that? And what do you think happens if President Trump pulls the trigger?
Boy, when I filled gas tanks here in Corpus this morning, it was simply tremendous. Gas was $2 a gallon cheaper than it was in the middle of the Biden administration. So sure, there's been a little bump up with concerns in the Middle East. But with U.S. energy dominance and close arrangements with our allies, the world is well supplied with oil. Gasoline is much cheaper today than it was during Biden, and I think that in the future you're going to see it go even lower.
You mentioned the energy. We hear we hear it. It sounds like somebody's starting to enjoy the music there. Mr. Secretary, pleasure to have you on the program. So much going on, including Iran and the uncertainty as we head into the weekend. But also we are about to hear from President Trump as he delivers this speech from Corpus Christi before he heads to Florida for the weekend. What is the economic message that you all are sending?
Oh, President Trump's economic message is he's doing everything possible to lower prices. We've had great success there. And when you lower the price of energy, you not only make life more affordable, but you draw new businesses to come into our country and to come into communities. And they need to hire new workers, and that pushes wages up. His economic message is lower costs, higher wages.
So his appearance there today in Corpus Christi just happens to fall on the last day of early voting in the Texas Senate primary. A couple of Democrats facing off against, there's two Democrats facing off against each other, three Republicans facing off against each other. The winners of those contests, unless there's a runoff, will then meet each other in November. And there's concern among Republicans that the Democrats may turn that Senate seat blue. This is what John Thune said. He said, quote, honestly, if you look at the polling in a general election setting, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that the seat flips depending on who the Democrats nominated. Are you concerned about that seat flipping? And is that part of the reason why the president's there today?
Look, I think that's super unlikely here in Texas. We have seen Trump Republicans all over town and all over this community. If people want lower prices and higher wages, the Republicans have been the ones delivering that message. We need to hammer that message home, but I'm quite optimistic about the elections coming in November.
Just want to play out this sound from Vice President J.D. Vance, who's also out there pushing the administration's economic message. This was in Wisconsin yesterday, Mr. Secretary.
Under Joe Biden in the Green New Scam, we had the highest energy prices that we had had maybe in my entire lifetime. And then we had Republicans take over with a simple principle, which is drill, baby, drill. Get the oil and the gas out of our territory. Use American workers to provide American companies the energy that they need. And now we've got gas prices lower. We've got electricity and utility bills lower.
You know, on my trusty brain room printout of our economic stats, I've got oil prices indeed down 15%. That is massive. You've got gas prices, they're down 6%. This is since President Trump took office for his second term. Although electricity prices do remain stubbornly high, they are up 7%, more than 7% since President Trump took office. So what are the efforts to get those prices down?
Yeah, look, Biden did everything he could to push electricity prices up, closing 30, 40 gigawatts of coal power. President Trump, on the other hand, kept 17 gigawatts of coal power plants open last year that would have been closed under the Democrats. So, yes, there was inertia for those rising electricity prices, but that inertia is over. Indiana just announced a lowering of electricity rates. Georgia and Alabama announced a 3-year freeze. So with our efforts, we're getting electricity production up, new jobs coming here, and ending these ruinous President Biden electricity price rises. But yeah, when you start in a deep hole, you got to dig awful hard. You got to fill it awful hard to get positive. But I think we're on a tremendous trajectory.
Yeah, as they say, the first drill the holes in when you're in one, stop digging. That's the best way to get out. Mr. Secretary,
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it, and enjoy the atmosphere there in Corpus Christi. It looks like a beautiful day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
All right.
All right. See you again soon.